You know the routine.
Amelis, Betsy.
Da bells. So interest, what the heck is it?
Well, at its most basic, interest is the cost of borrowing money. Generally, you'll pay interest to borrow money, and you can collect interest when you lend money.
Knowing this, we can see that higher rates of interest would make it more appealing to lend money and less appealing to borrow, while lower rates of interest would make it less appealing to lend money and more appealing to borrow.
Confused? I know I am.
Maybe this is easier to explain with an elaborate, oversimplified, yet entirely understandable demonstration. Hit it.
Let's say Betsy wants to buy a dollar bell sticker for $1, but she doesn't have a dollar, despite being a bell. I happen to have a dollar, and she asks me if she can borrow that dollar so she can purchase the sticker. In return, she'll pay me back next week with interest, let's say 10% or 10 cents.
Now, if I would have said I'd only be willing to pay 5% interest, aka 5 cents, Amelis may have felt that that wasn't enough incentive to warrant giving up her dollar for a week.
It's not. Or, had I asked for 20% interest or 20 cents, Betsy may have felt it was too much and suddenly the sticker wasn't worth it.
It is. There's a lot of factors that go into interest rates, but to keep it oversimplified, we'll settle on 10% or 10 cents, meaning I'll pay her back $1.10 next week.
That extra 10 cents or 10% interest accounts for any risks involved with a loan to Betsy and gives me an incentive to lend her the dollar rather than keep it and spend it for myself. And Betsy Borrower over there now has the money to buy the sticker she wanted. It's a win-win.
Now sure, 10 cents doesn't sound like much, but let's say she lends out that same dollar 9 more times at the same rate of 10% interest. Suddenly, her dollar has turned into $2.
It's good to be the queen. I've doubled my money and all I had to do was not spend it. So now that we're on the same page with how interest works, we can take a look at how this can relate to our savings and checking accounts. If that's all right with Betsy, of course.
I have so much interest in this. Please tell me more.
Actually, I do. Remember? Queen. Every time we put money into a savings and/or checking account, we're giving the bank that manages that account permission to loan our money to other people. And of course, earn interest on that money.
In return for this permission, a lot of banks pay a small portion of that interest back to the account holder.
Again, this number is pretty small, sometimes less than 1%, and at most, usually around 3%. But hey, money's still money.
Bottom line, if you have yours in an account that doesn't pay you a competitive interest rate, or even worse, charges you for an account without offering corresponding benefits, it's probably time to ask why and maybe think about changing banks. We know a good one.
So there you have it, interest in a nutshell. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button, where you can find a collection of content from both of us and our companion show, The Dollar Bills.
And if you have any tips, tricks, stories, or statements, ideas for future episodes, or good soup and sourdough recipes, don't hesitate to leave us a comment.
Until next time, thanks for watching The Dollar Bells.